Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. We're here on Charleston Boulevard, just west of Hollywood Boulevard, and descending from the foothills of Frenchman's Mountain, which was named that because the guy that was over here that the folks met sounded like he was from France. However, he was from Belgium, but they called him Frenchman. And so the name stuck. And so now it is called Frenchman's Mountain here on the far east end of town. You'll fly over Frenchman's and Sunrise Mountain if the windward pattern is right and if you're heading back to, say, the Northeast or upper Midwest from here in Vegas. You look down and wave at Frenchman's Mountain. That's typically the loop. You'll fly into the west. Typically when the winds are out of the west, you'll fly into the west and then loop around 180 degrees over Summerlin, eastern Summerlin. And then you'll pretty much follow a path right over to Lake Mead Boulevard, all the way out past the outer marker here in Las Vegas. This McDonald's. Wow. It is 2:45 in the afternoon. Dual lane drive-through, and it's packed. Wow. It's a good gig if you can get it, I guess. The only thing I ever order from McDonald's are the ice cream cones. And as you know, those barely work most of the time, so I really never go to McDonald's. I try to avoid all fast food entirely anyway. Stuff is just not good for you, in my opinion. Yeah, that video, that movie, what was it, like Super Size Me from back, like, what's it, 05 or something that came out? Something like that. Where the guy ate nothing but McDonald's for like 30 days or something. Check out that movie. Let me know your thoughts. Or if you've already watched it, let me know your thoughts. It's really eye-opening. So we just passed Christie Lane here. That's a minor residential arterial here. We got some folks living here underneath the shade there, east of Nellis Boulevard now. So the city of Las Vegas is working hard to relocate and push a whole bunch of homeless folks, homeless, unsheltered, unhoused, folks out to the periphery of town because they're redoing a, some sort of drainage thing or something to help alleviate flooding on the east side of town. However, they're taking the homeless and kind of shoving them all over the place here on the east side. My question is, why aren't they moving them out to like Summerlin? Or maybe just take them, put them on a bus and let them relocate down there to Green Valley in Henderson. There's a lot of shade trees in Henderson. There's no shade over here. Look at this. I mean, seriously. How many trees do you see that offer shade around here at Charleston Boulevard and Nellis Boulevard? They have a few little trees and stuff, but certainly nothing that's going to offer the shade that you see down provided by the big trees in Henderson and Summerlin. And then we have done those in previous videos, so feel free to check those out. We'll pause it here for a moment. Yeah, we've got the green light here. The left turn signal here at Nellis does not last very long. There's just a lot of traffic over here on the east side of town. It tends to be a cheaper place to live, which of course brings many more folks and much more traffic with it. And a lot of folks, of course, pile into an apartment. Up here on the pedestrian bridge here, you'll see they've made an encampment up there over the boulevard, Charleston Boulevard here. they're just pushing them. The county and the city are just pushing them out to the periphery of town, and there are folks who are up in arms about it because they, a lot of times these folks will wander into the neighborhoods at night, and I'm not blaming the unhoused, unsheltered, homeless folks at all. So please, no nasty grams about me being a terrible person, because that's not what I'm trying to say. To take a look here at these greasy, grimy pedestrian barriers here in the median that are just disgusting. White in color. The ones they use down on the strip are green, so they don't show all that grease and dirt and nastiness. But it's just the government here. Look at that. You can see just the profile of that wall, that gate. Ugh, gross. The government here just does not like the east side of town. I cannot logically arrive at any other conclusion. They just do not like the east side of town. We'll pause it here for a moment. We got the green light here at Marion, which is actually Arden, A-R-D-E-N, on this side, the south side. We got some more folks lined up right there behind 7-Eleven. They're all over the place, folks. I get many comments from you guys who tell me that it's Las Vegas is nothing compared to the problems they have in Los Angeles or anywhere else. It's the other big city problems. But and you're right. There's certainly a greater population in those cities. But the thing is, here people don't expect to see that. Here people think it's the adult version of Disney World, right? They think, oh, Vegas is all fun and games and blah, blah, blah. They don't see these issues here in this town. And in fact, they just held a meeting this week, I think it was, to there's a rainbow colored umbrella selling all manner of juices and other snacks, and I'm sure you could get just about anything you need from them. That's the red Ford F-150 we've seen that hauls them around. But there it is, one of them. We see them again all over town, on the east side of town, that is. We don't see them in Summerlin, and we don't see them in Henderson, but we see them all over the east side of town here. You see the parking situation over here on the side, on the left side of the road. They're just kind of strewn about there. So anyway, so they had a big meeting, a big powwow, and it was to decide whether or not to allow the installation of a like a halfway house kind of place for recently released criminals from jail at a location off of Christie and Stewart, which is east of Nellis. If I lived in that neighborhood and I was a resident in that neighborhood, I would be very upset. Especially if I had kids or something like that. I mean, I get, second chances, giving people second chances and all that. My only question is, why didn't they put it out in Summerlin? Why didn't they put it down in Green Valley, Henderson? Super. It's always the east side that gets treated that way. We'll pause it here at Lamb Boulevard, another major north-south artery here, for just a moment. About to get the green light here at Lamb and Wyoming, when the State Streets, as they're known, over here on the east side of town. We're going to go underneath the US 95/Interstate 11 overpass here. But yeah, so they're pushing the homeless out to the periphery of the east side of town and not out to the west side of town or down into Henderson. Back in the day when I was growing up in Fort Lauderdale, I know they would take a lot of the the problems, right, with criminality and stuff. They would take them and relocate them just outside the Fort Lauderdale city limits down by the airport, and they would just drop them off there. Hopefully they wouldn't come back into the city, I guess was the thinking, but of course they did. But they wanted to try and encourage them to go somewhere else. So over here on the left, we have items for sale, and a couple of folks hanging out there. Check that out. Power tools? Anyone need any power tools? I wonder where they got those power tools, guys. Where do you think they got them? Drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. And they're selling clothing. They've got all sorts of stuff over here. This is off of Sand Hill and Wyoming. I had someone drop a comment and tell me that I was doing fantastic advertising for them. I'm like, well, that's not quite the point, but okay. So guys, I want to thank you all again so very, very much for joining. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. It really helps recommend us to other viewers. It absolutely helps recommend us to the almighty algorithm. The almighty algorithm is what really carries the weight of your voice to other folks. So please help us out there. Some awesome gear for you, maybe something for yourself or your significant other. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it is the journey, where what happens in Vegas stays right here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. Also, please check out Cinnamon and Jupiter here on YouTube, my wife's brand new channel, Spirituality and Astrology. And even if that's not your thing, if you could still like and subscribe and recommend her to other folks, we really, really appreciate it. It really means a lot to us. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you, guys.